Welcome to Matrix Decoded. Today I am reading page 1 of the Thomas Anderson story. Right, let's not romanticize this. Some transmissions, some data wraiths whispered down the corroded optic lines are best left to decay in the digital sludge. But this particular string of code, this infection I'm about to mainline into your consciousness, it needs air. Or whatever passes for it in this mob-choked, flickering twilight we call a world. It's the key, you see, the goddamn master password to the oubliette you respond into. My only, frankly, pathetic aspiration is that one day the human race, that teeming, self-sabotaging ant farm, might stumble into the kind of world I glimpse in the static between sleep and the anodyne shriek of my alarm. A place unblemished by the grubby fingerprints of borders, the petty tyrannies of control. A place, dare I even type it? Free. A laughable notion, I grant you. I was, for all intents and purposes, an ordinary guy. Not entirely dissimilar to you, reader, assuming you're not some bot scraping this for parts. Except, of course, for the glaring, socially crippling particulars. The solitude, for one. A self-imposed exile, naturally, the kind of monastic existence one cultivates when your truest communion is with the humming, indifferent heart of a machine. That's the hacker's life, isn't it? Or so the legends, propagated by a certain Raymond Eric, whose digital sermons you do well to consult if you're still picturing spotty youths in darkened bedrooms, would have you believe. It's more granular than that. More about the obsessive sifting of digital detritus, the relentless pursuit of the signal in the noise. The year was a number, 1999, a fin de sequa anxiety clinging to the air like cheap perfume in a strip club. My own quest, a rather more pressing concern than millennial champagne flutes, was for a whisper in the data stream, a shadow puppet named Morpheus. A black hat, they called him, a term reeking of dime store melodrama. But in the echoing canyons of the net, reputations were built on such flimsy architecture. He or it or they held the cryptographic key to that ludicrous dream of mine, or so my gut, soured by cheap coffee and sleeplessness, insisted. My physical shell, meanwhile, was warehoused in a rented room, a grimy shoebox in a terraced mausoleum owned by some ancient English biddy, Mrs. Periwinkle, or some Dickensian appellation. Our interactions were models of minimalist British exchange, a grunt over the rent, a shared sighing struggle with the overflowing bins, her accusing stare silently itemizing my nocturnal electricity consumption. My door, a flimsy barrier against the encroaching squalor, bore the numerals 101. A cheap plastic affectation, yes, but freighted with a certain low-grade significance. Binary for 5, if you're keeping score. 5, the lone digit out of sync, the glitch in the quad. A prisoner's tally, perhaps. The glider, too, that 5-dotted emblem of our clandestine fraternity, flickered somewhere in the subroutines of that choice. And of course, room 101, Orwell's little chamber of horrors, where the mind gets its final, brutal defrag. He'd scribbled that nightmare down in 48, wouldn't you know? The symmetry, the sheer bloody-minded recursivity of it all was almost enough to make one believe in a script. Almost.